There's a lot of young guys, young men in my audience, and one of the greatest problems I encounter with coaching or mentoring or just in general is that there is a block. There's a block, there's an obstacle, there's something that's holding them back from reaching levels of success that they would have never thought imaginable. You know some pieces of my past, you know some parts of my story, you know the kind of kid I grew up as, you know what younger Ali was, you know him. Do you think in any realm, in any universe, he thought that he would be getting to this level today? You know how broke I was. You know I would literally starve myself and sit beside the fat guy whenever my friends would go out because he would never finish his food and I'd steal and I'd just have leftovers and I'd pretend, yeah guys, I ate at home. I ate nothing the whole day. You know that's where I started from, and nowadays you see me with this empire, you see me making the money, you see me with all of it. And one of the biggest constraints I've ever had was something called the rubber band analogy. The rubber band analogy is similar to another analogy, which I will explain later in the video, but it's when you are trying to escape something, but you just snap. And usually, what holds you back, what snaps you back, is not the progress, it's not the method, it's what's already in your life. It's what's encoded into your life. For me, one of the greatest things that was stopping me was simply my parents just trying to keep me in the system. That's like, I'll keep it real, and you may relate to it. My parents are just trying to keep me in the system. My parents are just trying to keep me in uni. My parents are trying to keep me in school, just stay the traditional safe path where it really isn't safe. Not safe at all. Really, like, look at what's happening around the world. It's not safe at all, and I see it with my parents who've lost their jobs and who've went through periods of hardship and financial damage. And then it's so funny because they tell me to do the exact thing which caused them left like suffering and loss and misery, and they tell me do it because it's the safe thing. It's like me telling you gamble all of your life savings away. I lost it all, but you do it because it's the safe route. I don't know where I heard it's the safe route, but I just know it's the safe route. And it was the biggest struggle, and there was a lot of like, this is a really sad story, bro, but one day my mother called me, and I was still in university at the time building my empire up, and I got up to 5k a month in revenue. And we were arguing, and then she just she just stopped talking to me, hung up. Didn't speak to her for a week. The next week I started because exponential growth with money making. You learn this in Project 10K, which gets you from 0 to 10K a month in 6 months. First link in the description. From when I was making 5K a month, it took me 1 week to get to my first 10K a month. I got to my first 10K a month, and I had a call with my mother, and I told her, Mom, I'm making 10K a month. I'm leaving uni. And she started crying, she started yelling at me. There was like a whole very emotional conversation. And by the end of it, she literally just said, yeah, I don't want to be your mother anymore. Now, of course, in reality, you hear that, and of course, she doesn't truly mean it. But when you hear those words coming from the person you love the most in the world, it's going to fuck with your brain and be that rubber band that makes you snap back. But it's those who can stay strong and stay pulling until this side of the rubber band snaps. That's what happens. And this is why, with the coding of society, the universe is scripted to make you fail. Society is scripted to make you fail. It's almost like there's a code of zeros and ones and zeros and ones and zeros. And whenever there's a two, whenever there's someone who wants to escape from traditionalism, not traditionalism in psychology, but traditionalism in the way we operate with life, like the traditional 9 to 5 where people are unhappy. Think of that's such a crazy thing, right? Traditionally, people are miserable. The 9 to 5 people, 90% of them, you ask them, do you like your job coming in every single day at this time? Do you like the people you fucking operate with? They will say no. And then when you try and be that two in that code, that binary code of zeros and ones, when you try and break out of the system, when you try and remove the error, escape from these ones and zeros, what comes after you? What comes after you? Antivirus software, the debuggers. The debuggers come after you. Who are the debuggers? The debuggers are the people telling you stop. They're the people telling you go down the traditional route that you know will make you unhappy. They're your parents. They're your friends that don't believe in you. They're the people who don't believe in you. And I don't want to sound, because it's been said all over the internet so many times, Be, you can be whatever you want to be. Dreamers are dreamers. All this cliche shit, right? This cliche shit means fucking dog shit because everybody hears it. The things that really matter are your brain cells, how they operate in the deepest, darkest times. That's really what matters. Can you stay being that too? Can you stay escaping the rubber band in the darkest times when all the antiviruses are trying to change your code, trying to revert you? You are a malfunction. You need to realize all rich people are a malfunction. What is a malfunction by definition? Something out of the ordinary, something that does not work as normal as it should have. Society is composed and built out of workers. Workers for what? Workers for the system, workers for the government, workers for the people up top to benefit off of you and your labor and your money. They tell you, work for 40 years and then maybe when you're 65 years old, we'll give you a retirement and you have 100k in the bank or 200k in the bank that you can live the rest of your life with. 100k, 200k, people make it in a fucking day. And they tell you, do the traditional thing. Do the traditional thing. These are the debuggers. These are the people who try and make you the workers, the zeros and ones. And then whenever we get a two, whenever we get someone who wants to escape from this box, this script that the universe has out for us, whenever there's someone who's trying to escape, of course, the universe sees that as a malfunction and error, something that should not exist, and that is you. You and I, with our brain, the way it operates, it should not exist. We are doing something that is so scary, so hard, such a brutal and treacherous journey, a journey full of uncertainties. The reason so many people fail is because this antivirus is strong. It is strong. It's extremely strong. It's the code that the universe runs on. And this seems extremely vague, but if you can understand the analogies, I teach most of my content in analogies and stories and parables because this way of teaching is very powerful and it's for the intelligent. If you can understand this, it will switch something in your mind. Most people fail because they are being attacked by an antivirus. You need to understand that we are the virus. Think of it, we are the viruses. Most people operate in a realm of ones and zeros. Do this every single day in, day out, 9 to 5. Find a wife. She loses respect and interest in him within 2 years. Kids don't really like him. You lose your money. You want something more later in life, but then you realize, I have a family and I have responsibilities. It's too late to risk it. It's too late to try and remove myself from this box, because if I try and do that, I'll lose them. I'll lose them because I have to risk and I have to stay away from them and I have to put less time into them. I'll lose them all and I simply won't have time. I literally won't have any time for them. And then that's where all the misery begins, because then you're 40, you're 45 and you're stuck in this box, and then now you want to become this virus, but it's too late. It's too late to escape the zeros and ones. You've already been in it for way too long. That's why you and I are viruses. You and I need to escape this box, this code of ones and zeros. And once you truly understand and see the world for what it actually is, just literally operators, workers, zeros and ones who are miserable. Most people have an average, their average existence is miserable and unhappy. And what happens is that they tell us, be like us, one of us, one of us. One of us, almost like a cult, because they could not escape. It's either they tried to and they couldn't and they failed, which will not be us. Because I truly believe every 0 and 1 in this binary code can become a 2. It's just through continuous repetition and applying and adopting the right mindsets. They all can become a 2, but who has the strongest virus in their mind? Who can escape is the question. And it's not going to be you that fails. It's either, this is what will happen. You're going to try and escape and you'll be pulled in by the zeros and ones trying to debug you, trying to put you back into normal operative state, which is the state of misery. Misery is normal nowadays. The average person is miserable and they try and keep you like them. Or you actually escape and you enter a whole different realm. You escape the code. You're no longer simple code. You yourself are a complex algorithm of your own. You don't operate in a box of code. You've created your own box of code. I understand that this video is so theoretical, but if you understand the message behind it, it will help so much, man. It will really help so much. The world tries to keep you in this box everywhere. Everywhere, all around us, in the media, in the job, in the workplace, everywhere, they try and tell you, be weak, be it's okay to cry. There's the masculinity crisis, which is another box they're trying to keep us in. There's the financial crisis, which is another box they're trying to keep us in. There's the tax crisis, which is another box they're trying to keep us in. Everything in this universe, everything in this world is scripted and built not for you, but for someone else. You are a commoner, you are a worker, you are a peasant, and I do not mean this in a derogatory term. I mean this in a reality check term. No one is coming to save you except yourself. You're 0, you're a 1, you will not turn into a 2. The only person who will turn yourself into a 2 is you. Nothing is built out there to help you. Nothing. Even in the deepest. I'll tell you a quick story, right? When I was trading the other day, I was trading with like a broker and I connected to like TradingView. And this is something so small, and some of you may understand, some of you may not understand. When you paper trade or you fake trade or you demo trade, you can drag your stop loss manually on the chart. On the real charts, when you're trading with like real live money, because I recently started doing that, you can't adjust your stop loss like on the chart. You have to go in and do the manual thing. And it seems like these things are meaningless, but it's the amount of friction over a prolonged series of events, over a huge sample size of things, increased friction towards success. It's hard for you to, learn something, because say you have to spend a bunch of things, you have to spend money on like equipment, whatever it is. There's always friction for you to get somewhere. It's hard for you to go to the gym, because guess what eating right is not cheap. Getting real fucking food is not cheap. It's cheaper. It's literally cheaper for you to get fucking seed oils and bread and eat that for the rest of your life than eat real food, than eat salmon, eggs, cheese, yogurt, like good foods, whole, organic, proper foods that's not just 50 ingredient shit. It's hard for you to eat healthy and to go to the gym and all this, because that stuff is expensive. And to the mere commoner, to the peasant, it is built for them to be in this box. Because every step, when you eat healthy, that's a step closer. It's a step closer for you to escaping this box. It's a step closer for you to transform from a 1 into a 2. Or from a 0 into a 2. It's a step closer for you to become this virus and escape the box. It's a step closer, but they don't want you to become a malfunction. They don't want you. I am a malfunction. You are a malfunction. But they want to keep us this series of code. And everything in the world is built like that. It's so hard think of every single goal you have, whether it be women. Years ago, it was way easier to find a loving and healthy relationship. Now we have the online dating marketplace, which destroyed dating. And food, same thing with food. Before, you just go to the market, there's no ingredients. There's literally no ingredients. You go, you see the food, you can tell what it is. Oh, that's a banana. Oh, that's a fucking deer's leg. That's a chicken. That's an egg. Now you go and you have to find out, what even is this? There's like a brand and a sticker, and then you get confused sometimes. What is this thing? It's a food, right? It's a consumable. What the fuck even is that? And then you turn it around and there's a fucking scroll. It's a fucking paragraph. It's hieroglyphics. It's shit you don't even understand. You have these AC-130, M1, all these ingredients, right? Fucking ingredients with the names of war tanks. This is the shit you eat and you put into your body. And then you wonder why it's hard for you to escape this box, to escape the code, to become that virus. Every single step out there is dedicated for you to fail. It's like the world of trading. The market moves in a way to fuck with traders' psychology, to make them lose. Everything in the world, the markets, the food, everything that operates under this sun, everything that operates in this vacuum called space, the entire universe is scripted for you to fail. Nature is a bitch, and it will not be on your side. You need to understand, the only person I can be spreading the message, I can create mentorships, I can create coaching, but the only person, truly the only person in the world, in the universe, in existence that has your deepest wants to escape this box is you. Only you can do it. I can spoon feed you the truth, but only you can do it. Only you can do it. I can try and weaken your susceptibility to antivirus. I can try and weaken your susceptibility to the psyops of the world. And that will help you escape the box. But only you can do it. Only you can do it. You understand this. You have to escape this. The people around you, they tell you, no, don't escape, man. Trading is risky. You lose all your money. Don't do YouTube, bro. Nobody. How many YouTubers get successful? And they're right. And they are right. How many YouTubers get successful? Not many. Not fucking many. Because number one, they don't know. And number two, they're so easily debugged. What a weak virus. They're so easily debugged. The second they hear their parents say, no, don't buy that mentorship, don't start the YouTube channel, don't start trading, they're like, oh, they're my parents. And even though they live a life of misery, I should listen to them because they know apparently what's best for me in my life. And that's what happens when, people try and start channels. 3 videos in, they quit. They're trying to please someone, whether it be after their parents passing or whatever it is. They're trying to please people that don't care about their own success. They don't care about their own success. I care about your fucking success because you're part of my tribe. You are my people. You are my people. You are in my circle now. You watch this, you are in my fucking circle. But here's the thing. I care about your success. Your parents also care about your success. But which one of us is not miserable? Which one of us actually knows? And age and experience, okay, they matter, sure. But whose life do you want to be like? You've seen your parents' life. You've seen your friend's life. The one who makes fun of you. You've seen it. The one who makes fun of you for going to the gym or starting a business or starting a YouTube channel. You've seen his life. You want to be like that? You want to be like that? Or do you want to be like the person who's fucking yelling at you, telling you to keep going, telling you to unplug your mind from this fucking code to escape this binary code system that the universe is scripted in? To escape it. And it's a very strong system. And the people who own this system, they're living like the ultimate lives at your expense. Dishonorable. But there are people out there who are not controlled by these people, who are not in binary code, who have their own systems of living. And then they are passionate about helping people escape. And one of these people is me. That's why I will never bullshit you on this channel. That's why every single person who's entered my mentorship, who's entered my programs, who's entered coaching, comes out a completely different fucking person out of this binary code. Whether it be financial, physical, I've changed bodies into different realms. I've changed financial bank accounts into different realms. I've brought people from 0 to 10K a month in 6 months. Using Project 10K. First link in the description, by the way. Quick plug. All of this comes from the desire and want to remove you from this plugging, from this code. Because I was once a 0, I was once a 1. The life you gain, the experiences, the freedom, it's almost like you're breathing a new type of oxygen. Like you've been breathing O2, right? O2 is the chemical formula for, molecular formula for oxygen. It's just O2, right? And it's almost like I'm breathing O7. I'm breathing something else completely. I'm in a different realm. And you won't experience it until you become a 2. And the first way to escape being a 2 is through escaping the financial burdens that are ruining your life. Because all of it just starts with eating healthy, being able to go out whatever time when the sun is out, to allow sun to enter your body, to allow your pasty white chest to absorb some vitamin D3, to eat right, like I said, to go to that nice gym, to be able to work whatever you want, whenever you want, to have financial location and time freedom. It all starts with this because then it gives you the realms to open up everywhere. And that's why I created Project 10K, bro. The best thing that I've ever made so far. It gives you the life, like literally financial, time, and location freedom. And that's where you begin. That's how you start escaping these 0s and 1s and you become a 2. I hope you take this seriously, man. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.